We are Baltimore. We are Philly.
Another hot day here in Phoenix. It's matinee baseball at Chase Field. The Angels trying to salvage a series split after losing Game 1 last night. Today it is Game 2. As we welcome you inside Chase Field and back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West. I'm Victor Rojas along with Mark Gubiza. The offense is continuing to struggle, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. The pitching, on the other hand, hasn't been that bad. As C.J. Wilson's on the mound for the Angels today. Had a very good outing the last time out against Oakland.
Yeah, Victor, he threw the ball exceptionally well. Take a look at our AT Universe Rewind. He commanded the entire strike zone with all his pitches. His curveball was solid. His fastball, his changeup, very good. But for me, it's always about pace with C.J. Wilson. He dropped down that arm angle on occasion, hit his spots so well, didn't waste a whole lot of time in between pitches, and he has thrown, going against Arizona, very well in interleague play this season. He's 1-0 with an ERA under 2 throughout his career as an Angel. Has thrown very well in interleague play, but getting back to that start last time out against Oakland. 7 shutout innings, 8 punch-outs, his 2 hits allowed. Was around the strike zone, went up and down in the strike zone, but his off-speed pitch, especially his changeup, was very good. He's going to need that, especially against some of these right-handed bats today.
And most importantly for C.J., he gets the bat today.
That's the most important thing.
He loves the offensive side of things. He's 1 for 3, just in case you were taking notes at home. He'll be opposed by Alan Webster, the right-hander for the Arizona Diamondbacks. We're going to step away for a moment. When we return, we will focus back in on that offense. Albert and Mike have done their job. The rest of the offense still trying to find. We'll talk about that when we return. Angels baseball is brought to you by CarMax. Start the search for your next car in CarMax. CarMax, start here. By Jack in the Box. Taste the new black pepper cheeseburger today, only at Jack in the Box. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Game 2 of this quick 2-game set, and 4 games, a home and home between these two ball clubs. The Angels trying to finish up on a winning note before heading up to the Bay Area. The offense continues to be an issue, Mark. I know that Mike Trout and Albert Pujols, they continue to get the job done, and the other guys have sporadically contributed, but the lack of consistency really has hurt this team.
Well, you look how many, the runs scored and how they've been able to score the runs. Majority of it has been Albert Pujols and Mike Trout this entire season. They've been dynamic as far as hitting the ball out of the ballpark. Bottom line is you need that continuity between 1 and 9, obviously 1 and 8 here with the pitcher hitting today and C.J. Wilson. Just need that balance. You have to be consistent, especially when you get into good fastball counts. Get those runs per game up there and allow this pitching staff a little room to breathe.
Just about ready for baseball here in the Valley of the Sun. Sit back and relax. We're going to bring you the lineups and the first pitch when we return. The first pitch, and want to remind you that in today's game we are participating in the Home Run Challenge. Today every Angels home run in this game raises $12,500 for prostate cancer research. You can make a pledge by going online to homerunchallenge.org. Throwback Thursday here in Phoenix, and that's why the Diamondbacks are wearing the old sleeveless with the purple and gold, going back to the days of owner Jerry Colangelo. And a good look, and it was a very successful run for the Diamondbacks. 99, 01, 02 division titles, and of course the 2001 World Championship. But they have since kind of turned things around, changed the makeup of this team. They changed the color scheme and everything. But it's nice to see the old uniforms once in a while.
Yeah, I like that, man. They had a lot of success wearing those uniforms, like you said, Victor, back in the day. A lot of power arms out of the rotation.
No doubt about it. We'll check out Mike Scioscia's starting lineup for the Angels today. The Halos at an even 533 and 33, 5.5 back in the West now, with Houston winning yesterday and the Angels losing. Eric Ibar's been slumping, so he takes the day off. Johnny Giavitello will lead off. Cole Calhoun in right field will bat second. Then Trout, Pujols, Freeze at third base. Efrain Navarro gets a start in left field. Carlos Perez behind the plate. Taylor Featherston gets a start at shortstop, and it's C.J. Wilson rounding out that starting 9. They're taking on the 25-year-old right-hander native of Greensboro, North Carolina. His name is Alan Webster.
And Webster's got a power-sinking fastball, 89-94, slider, curveball, and another right-handed pitcher for them with a solid changeup. My go-tos to be successful against Webster: lay off that sinker when it's out of the strike zone, bring it up in the zone, becomes more hittable, and early count aggression. That means jumping on the first pitch. Throughout his career, first pitch swinging against Webster, hitters are hitting .309 against him. This season alone, 3 for 3 against him on that very first pitch.
Let's check out the defense for the Diamondbacks behind the man, Alan Webster. It's Peralta, Pollock, and Tomas in the outfield from left to right. Hill, Ahmed, Owens, and Goldschmidt around the infield from third to first. And Saltalamacchia behind the plate.
Ahmed at shortstop. We've already seen him on display so far in this series. He has tremendous range and a very good throwing arm. 981 fielding percentage. He's improved from last year. He was 970 fielding percentage. That's how he's got great range. And boy, what an arm he has.
We have seen it on display. It's the Diamondbacks team that has been very, very good defensively this year. Third best fielding percentage in baseball behind the Marlins and the Reds. 30 errors committed. And they can swing the bats. The Angels have seen that already in the series. Last night, a little interesting, just the fact that both teams in double digits in hits. Halos with 11, Diamondbacks with 10, but it was only a 3-2 ball game. Arizona, of course, winning that one. The Angels went 0 for 9 with men in scoring position. Arizona went 1 for 8.
I think that play by Ahmed against Albert Pujols really was a difference maker in the game for the D-backs.
First one this afternoon in there for a strike. Adrian Johnson calling the balls and strikes this afternoon. Bill Miller at first, Doug Eddings second. And Jim Wolf, who rang up a lot of strikes last night, he is over at third base. No balls and 2 strikes. Giavitello, fourth game in that leadoff spot. He's 1 for 7. 267 batting average, 2 home runs, and 21 runs batted in. Johnny last night went 1 for 5.
In that first pitch being a fastball, up middle part of the plate, take it for strike. Now curveball, second pitch.
Ground ball toward the middle of Ahmed. Moves over to his left, gets rid of it quickly, and there's the first down of the ball game.
See that good range that he has? Especially when you have a first baseman like Goldschmidt who picks everything himself. Very athletic infield for the Diamondbacks.
And a very young infield all the way around, although Aaron Hill is the exception. He's the veteran on this team. We've seen Jake Lamb play some third base. First 2 games. These 2 teams met at the Big A. Cole Calhoun in the 2 spot. They'll take down and in. 272, 6 home runs, and 32 RBIs. Cole, a couple of hits yesterday. 2 for 4, 2 singles, and a run scored. 110 degrees outside, 80 indoors here at Chase Field. Cole ahead of the count at 2 balls and no strikes.
You can see that movement he has on this 2-seam fastball. And that's why it's important. If he's going to throw that one to get over the plate, more than likely first pitch, that's going to be more of a 4-seam straight fastball.
On a 2-0 count, the Diamondbacks moved their infielders to a full overshift, and now at 2-1, you see Ahmed, the shortstop, moving back.
What it does is forces the infielders always pay attention to the dugout, look in there, and to see what exactly they want to have them put in on certain counts. They have reads for every single count, what a hitter does, their tendencies.
Down low.
It's
3
hard.
balls and a strike.
Victor, it's really hard for hitters right now, and then they're moving back over again. Just the shifts put on. You know, back in the day, you'd be sitting in the same exact spot no matter what the count was. They're moving every single pitch.
I don't know. To me, that puts the onus on the hitter to make the adjustments.
Exactly.
Fouled back, and it's full count.
So this at bat for Cole, he's swung at 2 pitches now that were out of the strike zone, gearing up for a fastball. Webster's, with his fastball, the movement he has, it's very difficult for him to throw consistent strikes with it. So you got to think in terms of, if the fastball starts at the thigh high or belt high, that's when I can swing at it. When it's at the knees, I got to let it go. It's going to move out of the strike zone.
Trout on deck, 1 out here in the first. There's a walk. So man on board for Trout. Webster, sorry, just making his 2nd start at the major league level this year.
Yeah, I know it's easier said than done as a hitter, but anything starting at the knees from Webster today is absolutely no chance of being a strike with his movement. Now, if you're a hitter and you're aggressive against him, it's going to be difficult to square it up because he doesn't give up many home runs, period, whether it's at the major league level or even the minor league level. He is a ground ball machine, but you can be patient against him and force him up in the strike zone. Then it becomes hittable.
Trout hitting .297, 18 home runs, 39 driven home. And he will look at a strike. And to your point about the not giving up home runs, or at least he hasn't. Webster's limited opponents to .46 home runs per 9 innings over 8 minor league seasons. 38 home runs at 744 innings pitched. That's the minor league level.
But still, a lot of those ballparks are hitters' yards too in the minor leagues.
Quick check in. Gives you a pretty good indication of the movement where he usually resides in the strike zone down in the bottom part.
He's faced 3 batters so far. All 3 batters he started off with a first pitch fastball. So the hitters will keep that in mind.
Webster in his first season with Arizona, acquired in an offseason deal, the Boston Red Sox. Trout hits a number back to the mound. He fires to Ahmed for 1. The relay back, double play. Diamondbacks turn 3 against the Angels last night. They get the first one here in the first. We'll head to the bottom of the first inning with no score. Hale starting lineup for the Arizona Diamondbacks. A game under 500, but 4.5 back of the Dodgers in the National League West. A.J. Pollock leading things off at center. Aaron Hill at third. Paul Goldschmidt at first. As Monty Tomas is in right field. He is the cleanup hitter. Chris Owings at second. Jared Saltalamacchia behind the plate. David Peralta left. Nick Ahmed, the shortstop, and it's the pitcher. Alan Webster batting ninth. Taking on C.J. Wilson, making his 14th start of the season. Comes into this one with a 4-5 mark. And an ERA of 3.60.
Coming off a very solid start last time out. We talked about that in the opening 7 shutout innings for CJ. And my keys for him, my go-tos for CJ to be successful, has thrown 73.6% of his changeup have been for strikes this year, which is second best in all of Major League Baseball. Johnny Cueto just a little bit higher. That changeup has been very good. Pitch inside with the fastball and get the hitters out in front with the changeup.
First one to Pollock is in there for a strike. We'll see how CJ attacks this lineup for Arizona. Very good hitting team. We've mentioned 260-17 batting average against left-handed pitching. And it's 0-2. Pollock hitting .310 with 8 home runs and 31 runs batted in. Was red hot coming into the series on Monday. The Angels have kept him in check. That one's in tight. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pollock with 13 doubles, a couple of triples. That leadoff spots. Inciarte hurting his hamstring on Monday. Down goes Pollock chasing the off-speed pitch, and there's the first down. Halos defensively have Efrain Navarro in left field, Mike Trout at center, Cole Calhoun in right field, David Freese and Taylor Featherston on the left side, Johnny Giavotelle and Albert Pujols on the right with Carlos Perez behind the plate.
And with CJ on the mound, generally a lot of good ground ball action. And Albert Pujols has been great this year. 1 error, which really wasn't an error because he threw the ball right at the base for his only of the season, has been outstanding. His range at first and his ability to pick low throws, excellent.
This one hit out toward right center field. Long run for both Trout and Calhoun. Cole makes the catch for the second out. Aaron Hill swinging first pitch.
Able to be successful. Going a little Rihanna. 4 or 5 seconds. In other words, good quick pace for C.J. Wilson. When he's going well, he's throwing the ball quickly and not walk around that mound. Go back out there and attack the strike zone. Don't waste time.
Had no idea you were a Rihanna, Kanye West guy.
That's how I roll.
Man. Still learn new nuggets every day from you.
Just trying to keep you honest.
Paul Goldschmidt looks at a strike. Major League leading 363 out. 19 home runs, 54 runs batted in. 2-hit game yesterday. A home run, a single.
Hector got him out pretty consistently after that first at bat, when she hit a home run, was a pitch away. Stayed inside against him. Real good fastball inside against Goldschmidt. Again, another fastball in. Wilson did his homework last night watching Hector.
Johnny Aggo took the loss, giving up 3 runs in 5 innings, 7 hits, 2 home runs allowed. Foul tipped into the mid. Perez hangs on to it. A 1-2-3 inning for Wilson, including a couple of strikeouts. We'll head to the second with no score. E-shirts, MLB All-Star Game ballot now at Angels.com. Voting is exclusively online and available on your computer, tablet, and smartphone. Vote up to 35 times at Angels.com.
I'm voting now.
Your
flip, pumped up for that
flip
one.
phone doesn't work, Gooby. No, I don't think you can work on
it. Does it?
No. You get that Gordon Gecko phone too.
Oh,
yeah. A big brick.
Oh yeah.
Albert Pujols, David Freese, Efren Navarro. Scheduled 3 here against Allen Webster, and Albert looks at the first pitch fastball, first strike. It's 4 straight batters. First pitch fastball, first strike. 273 average for Albert. 19 home runs, 37 runs batted in. 1 for 4 game yesterday with a single. Also had an RBI with a ground out. And we happened to run into Albert's former skipper and now the current chief baseball officer of the Arizona Diamondbacks last night, Tony La Russa. And we didn't even ask him. He said, how locked in is Albert right now?
He was excited, the smile on his face, the respect he has for Albert and what he did for his club as far as winning world championships. But he says the way he's swinging the bat right now, it reminded him of what he was when he was wearing that Cardinal uniform. So locked in.
Albert telling Tony that feels good. The legs feel great. Be able to drive the baseball. Reaching for that breaking ball. The count remains at 1-2. It's certainly the best stretch, regardless of numbers, that Albert has been on wearing an Angels uniform.
No doubt. Even pitches that he's taken it well, tracking pitches so well.
Oh, sinking fastball, nasty pitch underneath the hands. First out here, the second. First punch out for Webster.
Yeah, we talked about it already a lot in this game. It's only here in the second inning. You don't want to deal with the pitcher, especially ahead of the count. That's a nasty two-seam fastball. It's never a strike, but you have to protect with 2 strikes on you. That first pitch you get may be your best to attack. Now, Freese is a guy that generally will hack at a fastball first pitch.
Not today.
Generally.
Freese hitting .237, 10 home runs and 34 runs batted in. David chasing the pitch away. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Back at third base last night after DH in the first couple of games on Monday and Tuesday. He's 0 for 4 yesterday's game. One ball, 2 strikes. Mentioned Webster just making his second big league start this year. AAA Reno 1-2 with a 9 ERA, 5 starts. He's also spent about a month on the disabled list down there with right shoulder fatigue. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And this is a little small sample size as far as Fangraphs saying so far this year for Webster. But 70% of his pitches are fastballs. He does have a pretty solid slider, curveball, and changeup. Changeup being his second best pitch. That was it right there. Pretty good changeup.
And a fairly highly rated slider in the Red Sox organization by Baseball America going into last year. We haven't seen a whole lot of it as of yet. Still early. 3-2. Topper foul. So we'll reset and do it again. Webster originally in the Dodger system. 18th round pick back in 2008. He was part of that huge package of players, a trade between the Dodgers and the Red Sox. Hanley Ramirez, Adrian Gonzalez, the big boys going to the Dodgers in that deal. And there's a walk, second time that Webster has issued the free pass at both after he retired the leadoff man.
And he was ahead of the count 0-2.
Left fielder number 19.
I mean, I've been there before. When you have a sinking fastball, sometimes it is difficult to control. You need an aggressive club to start chasing that sinker out of the strike zone to hit the ball on the ground. If you show some patience again and not swing at that fastball when it starts at the knees, he will walk some batters.
Effort gets a start in left field this afternoon. Takes ball 1. Career high 3 hits last Thursday. The first 3-hit game by an Angel left fielder since July 20th of last year. Comes in batting .289. They'll check in on Freese. Navarro's a guy that you could trust as far as the hit and run is concerned. Good contact guy.
A perfect guy to put something on.
Ahmed, the shortstop, shading him toward the middle. It's a bouncer to first. Goldschmidt fires to Ahmed. Relay back. And for the second straight inning. An inning-ending double play. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning with no score. This broadcast of Angels baseball is being broadcast on AFN, the American Forces Network, broadcasting to the U.S. Armed Forces, serving around the world on land and on ships at sea. We welcome you to our broadcast, and as always, we thank you for your continued service to our country.
No question about it. Thank you.
T.J. Wilson with a 1-2-3 first, including a couple of strikeouts, will face Tomas Owings and Saltalamacchia here in the second. Yasmani Tomas, the right fielder, hitting .328, has 3 home runs and 25 driven home. 3-hit game last night. A single, 2 singles, pardon me, and a triple. Also picked up an RBI. The triple is first of his big league career. One ball, one strike. Tomas from Havana, Cuba. Well, we've seen a ton of Cubans coming into Major League Baseball over the last several seasons and making impact
right away.
Big time impact. Financially and on the field.
You do a lot of things, not only hit for power, hit for average speed, great throwing arms, a lot of energy.
And that is out toward left center field. Nobody's going to get this one. All the way to the alley. One hopper goes over the fence. Fortunately, because if it hits to the right of that line, it's a possible triple. Tomas with his 10th double of the year to lead off the second.
Well, breaking ball, he dropped the head of the bat, didn't get quite down and in, and CJ wanted to throw that, and Tomas. Tony La Russa was telling us last night he was really impressed with what he'd seen so far from Tomas. He knew that he had potential, but in spring training struggled to use the whole field, but certainly has done that of late. Batting average coming into that swing at .328. Now 10 doubles on the season.
Owings bunted foul. Oh, what count on the second baseman?
And he was still in the batter's box when that baseball hit him. If he's out of the batter's box and goes to bunt and the baseball hits him, he's out.
Owings last night 1 for 4 with a double. Not too often you see a .239 hitter batting in the 5th spot, a middle infielder to boot. Owings. Halos have had David Freese and his struggles offensively, but David has been able to showcase the long ball, 10 home runs, 34 RBIs.
.14 doubles to boot for Freese.
Off-speed pitch, fouled off, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
CJ trying to stay inside against Owens, and Owens is trying to hit the ball the other way against him. A little cat and mouse game. As a pitcher, you pitch inside to force him to hit the ball on the ground to the left side of the infield, so Tomas cannot advance to third. And Owens is trying to hit the ball to the right side of the infield to allow Tomas to go over to third base.
Breaking ball, and that's foul down the line. I was just going to say, prior to that pitch, wouldn't a changeup be tantalizing at that point? So difficult for a hitter, especially in a 2-strike count, to sit back on an off-speed pitch. And when down and away, the normal reaction is to try to hook the ball.
It's a real good pitch, especially if it's down. Now, if it's elevated, that's an easy pitch to hit on the ground the other way. But down, you're right, he's going to pull off from that because he's trying to just make contact. But a good moving changeup, and CJ has a good one. Showed that earlier how well he's thrown that for strikes.
So to come back inside, and this one is fouled off.
Even with 2 strikes, it looks like his approach is to just try to hit that ball to the right side. I still think a good hard slider down and in from CJ. He's got a good slider. The one that Tomas got too much of the plate. This one down and in could get him swinging. Especially when he's thrown enough fastballs inside you have him set up, because he's looking and tracking inside. He throw a sharp slider down in and trust Carlos Perez to keep it in front of him. If it hits the dirt, you should get a swing and miss.
Tomas will lead off double, standing at second base. First base runner for Arizona. Got another piece of that breaking ball. Keeps his at-bat alive.
Yeah, that was a good pitch. Credit Owens just to stay alive in that. I think get a lot of that baseball, but just enough.
Wilson in his last start picked up the W. No runs, 2 hits, and 7 innings of work. 8 strikeouts through 106 pitches. It was against the A's.
There's that changeup down and away.
1 down. 3rd strikeout for CJ.
It was all set up by his ability to go inside throughout that sequence. And this changeup, good movement going away. 85. CJ told me yesterday his changeup, he can throw 82, 84, 85. Hard changeup even in 87. That was his good one to get a swing and miss.
1 out though. Man at second, pardon me. Saltalamacchia at the plate. Switch hitting catcher. 125 with a couple of home runs and 4 runs batted in. Fouls this one back. Second time the Angels have seen Saltalamacchia in the series. He caught Jeremy Hellickson's game on Tuesday. The only win for the Angels against Arizona.
Saltalamacchia 2 for 9 in his career versus C.J. Wilson.
A couple of former teammates with the Texas Rangers. Saltalamacchia this year just 1 for 5 from the right side of the plate.
It's not often you can see a name on the back of a jersey. You can still see the name even as he's in his stance to swing the bat.
Yeah. Now there's alphabet soup here today.
Yes.
Saltalamacchia, Featherston, Giavatello. Nasty pitch down and in. 1-2.
That's a good name right there.
Imagine the triple word score on that one.
Yeah. There's a lot of A's in there too.
Wow, yeah. Foul back. That was the off-speed pitch.
See, that's the changeup that's up. It becomes very hittable. And CJ realizing that when he got away with that. See his reaction. Now it's not a bad pitch against him. It's a good pitch against him, but you keep it down and away. Very similar to the pitch he threw to Owens. You should get a swing and miss.
Breaking ball, and that is pulled to short. Featherston has it. Almost pulls Pujols off the bag. Albert keeps the foot on there. Second time we've seen that play by Albert this week. 2 outs.
And he's done a great job at first base. We talked about it as we highlighted him on the defense. Sometimes when an infielder, especially on that side of the infield, has too much time, you end up guiding your throw through. And Albert has to stretch and keep his foot on the base. Sometimes that's not an easy thing to do as a first baseman. That oblique muscle as you try to stretch out and try to keep your foot on the base.
So Tomas still at second. Leadoff double. Now there are 2 outs. David Peralta to play. He takes low. Peralta, the left fielder, 255, 5 home runs and 28 runs batted in. The 2 spot last night's game. 1 for 4 with a single and 3 strikeouts. Scoreless here in the second. Off the end of the bat, that is David Freese coming in on the grass. Easy throw to Albert. Lead off double, stranded in scoring position. 2 in the book, still scoreless.
in the dugout in between innings. Last inning, Joe Smith talking to Cole Calhoun exactly the type of pitch that Webster's going to throw. Similar type of pitcher, sinker, slider type guy, and telling him about that movement on the fastball and slider. And he's going to go east and west with his pitches. Certainly not north and south because he's a sinker ball pitcher. And that's invaluable information to get from a pitcher to tell the hitters. And now he's going over to talking to the hitting coach there, so to give all that information as much as possible.
Carlos Perez swinging at the first pitch, lifts one out to left center. Pollock put it away for the first down. And to your point, so often you think that pitchers don't watch other pitchers pitch, especially relievers, because they've got the time early on. But they're kind of geared up to see what other pitchers are doing, how they are manipulating the baseball, the movement, the release point, everything that goes on. And you're right, it's a perfect resource for a hitter, because a hitter's geared into one thing, right? They're looking for arm slot, and then they'll look for rotation if they can pick that up. Pitchers might give you a different perspective.
Exactly. You know, hitting coaches are looking what they're seeing on film. Now, pitchers know exactly what you're trying to do on the mound against those hitters. So, yeah, you get all that information. I got a lot of information talking to hitters, what they would be looking for against me in certain situations. Hal McRae was great because he was a designated hitter. I talked to him the whole game and say, what would you be looking for me on this count? What would you look against me on the first pitch?
Featherstone rips one out to left field. Peralta pulls up. That is gone. A big fly for Taylor Featherstone. First of his big league career, and it gives the Angels a 1-0 lead. Go ahead and smile, kid.
Yeah, that ball was crushed. He's hit a couple baseballs we thought may be home runs, but Taylor Featherstone, first major league home run. See if he gets a silent treatment in the dugout.
Absolutely.
Said, yeah, fellas, hello. I just hit a big fly. Anybody there?
And they're hollering for CJ's at bat. They're ignoring him still.
There they go.
Wilson 1 for 3 on the season. Cues this one foul. No balls and 2 strikes.
Well, that ball, that's what you look for against Webster. Look for something out over the plate, elevate. It's not going to have as much movement. It's not an easy thing to do to hit a home run against Webster.
Dave hands him the old booyah. 0-2. Wilson chops this one. Goldschmidt. Webster cover. 2 down.
And again, when we talked about Joe Smith talking to Dave, and he can relay that message to the hitters as far as, okay, looking for that movement. If his fastball is at the knees, okay, you're not going to square that up. But if it's elevated enough, you got a chance to do some damage, and that's what Featherstone did. I wonder if that baseball made its way back into the dugout yet. He's certainly getting enough grief in there, that's for sure.
And Giavatelli gets in the 1 out to left field. Peralta's back, and that is gone. Second big fly of the inning for the Angels makes it 2-0.
And the fellas having some fun. Some big flies from the middle infielders. Featherstone, now Giavatelli. Giavatelli's 3rd home run of the season. The Keystone combination going yard in the same inning. He's like, hello, I got 3 of them. Where's everyone at? Albert's like, who hit that home run? I don't even know who he is.
When did he get here? Calhoun. Take a pitch that misses a strike.
He's like, come on, fellas.
I don't get these
3.
often. I don't get them that often.
No.
Give us some love. Calhoun with a walk in the first. Pulls this one foul. 1 ball, 1 strike.
He's still looking for some love.
Featherstone gave him some. I think Scioscia's upset that he went yard. Did you hit the ball over the fence?
Situational hit again. Hit the ball on the ground.
Don't do that anymore.
That's awesome.
2-0 Angels here in the third. One and two.
Looks like they might have got the home run ball, maybe, and of course they're going to play tricks with Featherston's first career home run ball. Names like Featherston and Salty Lamacchia, why not have it first home run against a guy named Webster?
Yeah. Well played. Trout on deck. 2 outs here in the third inning. Full count. Webster with 1 strikeout, 2 walks. Now the 2 hits allowed, both home runs.
I think the fellas finally acknowledged the fact that Johnny hit a home run. There he is. Now he feels better. I know I'm Johnny Drama. Come on. Not that long to wait for some love.
Payoff to Cole. Pulls a foul.
Again, the amazing thing is Webster, you mentioned as far as the amount of home runs he gave up in his minor league career. What, .46 home runs per game? He's given up 2 in 1 inning. Not allowed a home run yet in this season. Only over 1 start, 5 2/3.
Upstairs, and he walked him. So third walk issued by the right-hander. And it'll bring out Mike Harkey, the pitching coach for Arizona, before Trout comes up.
And what you look for against a guy, that's a backup slider that's kind of spun out of the middle part of the plate, elevated. You're looking for something up in the strike zone. And Giavotella knew he got that one. Again, that conversation you see Joe Smith and Dave Hansen about that movement, talking about don't chase a pitch when it's at the knees. That's what people do against Joe Smith. That's why he's been so effective. If you force him up in the strike zone, it becomes hittable. 2 mistakes by Webster have left the building.
It's the 4th time in his brief big league career in which Webster's allowed 2 home runs in a game. First time since 2013 as Trout works at strike 1. Mike rolled into a 1-6-3 twin killing in the first. He's 0 for 1. Fouled off a Salty Lamacchia. 0-2 count. One ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Cole usually back to first.
One 2 count for Cole. Maybe will go here.
Inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Salty Lamacchia has struggled throwing out would-be base stealers throughout his career. Last 4 years has allowed 324 stolen bases against him. Anticipating, especially on a 1-2 count, a breaking ball that could be out of the strike zone.
Two-two. And a swing and a miss. Down goes Trout. Second strikeout for Webster, but Webster makes two mistakes in this third inning. Taylor Featherstone with his first big league home run, and then Giavatello was third of the season.
Some mistakes elevated and mistakes crushed out of the ballpark. 2 home runs in an inning for the Angels.
Giavatello, both with solo home runs. Featherstone his first of his major league career, and Johnny with his third this season. So C.J. Wilson will take a 2-0 lead out to the mound, and will face 8-9-1. Ahmed, Webster, and Pollock.
Giavatello jumping on that first pitch to hit a home run.
Nick Ahmed, the shortstop, 217, 3 home runs and 12 runs batted in. Ahmed last night 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts and a walk. Leaving up the count.
That setup pitch right there gives CJ a couple of options. Go slider down and in, or change up down and away.
Bad lifts one foul. The first base side headed toward the seats and out of play. CJ with 3 strikeouts, no walks. Gave up a leadoff double to Tomas in the second, but nothing more. Tomas did not advance. That backdoor breaking ball.
Just missed.
Full count with Webster, the pitcher, on deck. Back up the middle. Giavatello can't come up with it. Lead off single for Nick Ahmed.
And now it's time for the T-Mobile game changer. That base hit up the middle just by C.J. Wilson on the mound. C.J. Wilson, last 15 interleague starts, 8-2 with a 3.25 ERA. One loss of his last 9 starts in an NL park. He's also been very good as far as limiting the runs scored. This season alone, 1-0 in 2 starts, but in the ERA 1.80 for C.J. Wilson in interleague play.
First appearance for C.J. in this ballpark since the 2011 All-Star game. That was as a member of the Rangers. Game that Jared Weaver started. Webster bunts it foul.
By the way, C.J.'s done a nice job as far as using that glove. He put his foot out there to try to block that ball. That ball was hit too hard. You want to try to avoid that one.
Webster 0 for 3 this season. Freeze playing in at third base, anticipating the sacrifice. A.J. Pollock on deck. Oh, 2 count.
Webster doesn't look real comfortable squaring around the bunt, does he?
No.
American League pitcher, former American League pitcher.
Certainly not textbook. That's right.
It's open. The baseball hits the bat. Well, you wonder if he throws him a breaking ball, there's no way he's going to make contact.
That almost hit him. And it did hit him. Oh, they saying he went around?
And he said he committed to the bunt.
Yeah, Dave McKay asking Bill Miller. So it's a strikeout.
And did hit him in the foot.
Watch the bat, though.
But he didn't bring the bat back. That's pretty close, though.
It's borderline right there. Goes as a strikeout.
That's 2 bonus points if you're a pitcher. You get a strikeout and a hit by pitch.
Yeah, snap throw to first, and Perez lost the handle of that baseball. 0-1 count on Pollock. Yeah, that goes against the Angels. You're talking about first and second, nobody out.
And you can challenge the hit by pitch. That was close.
But do they challenge? That's the question, though. Is it challenging? You can't challenge a check swing, no. And that was the call, essentially. Meaning, the bat did not get pulled back.
But that was real close.
Because Adrian Johnson immediately threw the hands up, dead ball. It hit him in the left foot.
You could hear the screams from the Angel dugout that checked down to first base.
Pollock bounces this one to Freeze. Fires to Giavotella for 1. The relay back to first. Got him. And taken out at second was Giavotella. Hard slide by Nick Ahmed. The Angels turn the double play. We're through 3. Halos on top 2-0. By Nick Ahmed, taking out Johnny Giavitello. Double play to end the bottom of the third inning. Good hard baseball.
Yeah, there's nothing dirty about this play. This is excellent baseball as far as Ahmed taking out Giavitello to try to prevent a double play, finish off the inning. But Johnny, quick on his throw, completes the double play. That's something that Mike Scioscia has talked to Johnny Giavitello a lot. Be in that position, be at that base, and be quick on turning the double play.
Pujols swinging first pitch, pulls one into the shift. Ahmed throws on the first, one out. Albert 0 for 2. And it'll bring up David Freese.
Third baseman David Freese.
Freese drew a walk into second, one of three free passes issued by Webster already. His first start, he walked 3 and struck out 2. As against the Giants, picked up the win.
It generally looks like Webster starts middle part of the plate with his fastball, or sometimes his breakable. Then he throws that nasty two-seamer off the plate in and gets right-handed batters when he's ahead of the count.
Freese goes down swinging. Round number 2, third strikeout for the righty. Fans, the Angels will take on the Houston Astros next Tuesday at 7:05. And fans in attendance will receive an Angels beach hat courtesy of Chronic Tacos while supplies last. Get your tickets at the stadium box office, or you can do so online at angels.com. Two outs, nobody on for Efrain Navarro. Grounded into the inning-ending double play in the second. Halos, for the most part this year, really avoided the double play ball. It really hasn't plagued them as we've seen in years past. Albert specifically, a big issue for Albert in the last couple of years. But in this little 4-game stretch between the Diamondbacks, Halos have ran into 7 double plays. 2 already today.
They are really quick as far as turning double plays. And they were out here earlier today working on ground balls. The Diamondback infielders today.
That neither team hit on the field, so able to get some defensive work done. Navarro fouls back the off-speed pitch, and then leaving the count at 2-2. Good crowd here on this Thursday afternoon. Little matinee baseball.
Yeah, it's really good crowd here. A lot of Angel fans here too. We ran into a bunch of them after the game last night.
Full count. A couple of other games that are currently ongoing. Houston and Colorado tied at 3. Coors Field. Games in the 4th. Oakland trailing San Diego in the 4th. 1-0. Navarro bouncing this one to Goldschmidt. And Webster returns the favor as the Angels are retired in order. We head to the bottom of the 4th. They've got the middle part of their order coming up. The Angels on top. back to work. Just the few Angel fans that we have seen throughout Chase Field, the Phoenix area in general. It is officially summertime, especially here at 110 degrees.
Yeah, it's a chilly 110.
Yeah,
quite comfortable 110.
Hill, Goldschmidt, and Tomas 2, 3, and 4 against Wilson here in the 4th inning. 4 strikeouts for CJ. Aaron Hill, a fly ball to right field in the 1st inning. He's 0 for 1. Throwback Thursday, the Diamondbacks had former players Brett Prince, the reliever, Shea Hillenbrand, third baseman. Throwing out the ceremonial first pitch is Hill. Rips one out the left. It's a leadoff single. I've always thought that Aaron Hill looks like a mini Shea Hillenbrand.
No question about it. And he's had good success against CJ. Now it's time for the Lows never stop improving. With Paul Goldschmidt coming to the plate. See the improvement in the batting average. 362 this year. Prior to that, last 3 seasons before that, 292. And home runs per at bat. Very good now. Just 12.3. Plate appearance before a home run for Goldschmidt. Good coverage at the plate. Still susceptible to a very hard, good fastball inside.
In the dirt.
Yeah, Hill, even his first at bat, hit the ball hard against CJ. Cut fastball inside, overthrown, blocked very well by Carlos Perez. Hill now 5 for 10.
Two balls and no strikes. On the corner, 2 balls and a strike. Goldschmidt, a strikeout victim in the 1st.
CJ already one ground ball double play, one of the best in all of baseball in that category. CJ and Rick Porcello always at the top since 2010 as far as getting ground ball double plays. Exactly tied now, Rick Porcello and C.J. Wilson as far as double play balls.
Goldschmidt bounces it foul, full count. Three-two. That is hammered out to right center field. A towering shot. Trout back near the track will make the catch. Gave it a ride, but Trout able to track it down, even playing shallow. And there's the first out of the 4th.
Boy, just high enough where he couldn't get full extension of his bat on that baseball. Loud sound off the bat. With a high fastball. Didn't quite get all of it. But still, you can see how he's able to cover the plate so well. That's a 90-mile-an-hour fastball up. But I still like what Trout has been doing of late, playing a little more shallow to take away that single, knowing that he has the speed to get back on a fly ball hit like that.
It's about 395 to the out there. 413 to that spot. Tomas takes outside.
It's knowing your dimensions on the mound for C.J. Wilson. Know exactly where to get the fly ball.
Pitching to the big part of the yard.
Yes, indeed.
Ground ball to short. Featherston to Giavatello. Over to Pujols. Second consecutive inning. An inning-ending double play. 4 in the books. 2-0 Angels.
By the 2015 Jeep Cherokee with an EPA estimate of 31 miles per gallon. Visit Jeep.com for more information. By AT Uverse, more live channels on the go than cable. And by Subaru. Test drive the all-new 2015 Subaru Forester or go to Subaru.com to learn more.
Top of the 5th inning. The Valley of the Sun. Phoenix, Arizona. Chase Field right there downtown. Nice ballpark. Always enjoyed it here. Retractable roof. Got the panels out in the outfield and everything sealed up.
I like this ballpark a lot.
Yeah. What's not to like? Webster's first pitch to Carlos Perez outside. Bottom third of the order for the Angels here. Perez, Featherston, and Wilson. And if you get too high, just go take a dip in the pool. Or if you win a division.
Oh.
Too soon?
Never too soon.
Plenty of AC here. Perez breaks his bat. Aaron Hill has it. 1 out. Carlos 0 for 2 this afternoon. And we'll bring up Taylor Featherston. It's that 2001 championship for the Diamondbacks against the New York Yankees. One right here.
That was a
the
great
line
series.
Drive off the bat of Luis Gonzalez.
He crushed that baseball.
I'll show you a shot where Doug Eddings is standing, the second base umpire. And that's pretty much where that baseball landed for Gonzo.
If it got there. Little cutter from Rivera. And that was surprising because Joe Torre at that point brought the infield in.
Yep.
If Jeter's playing back at that point, he may be able to have gotten back and caught that ball.
I'm surprised there's not like a star right there. You know, they mark the seats in the outfield for legendary home runs.
Yeah.
Featherston a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gonzo still works for the Diamondbacks. One of the all-time great guys.
Oh, no question.
Taylor Featherston with his first major league home run in the 3rd inning, and he lifts this one out toward shallow center. Or second base. 1 ball.
That was Gonzalez zone.
You know what? I watched the baseball and I looked up to the roof and I figured that's going out to center.
Well, it's not quite carrying the center today.
Yeah, the breeze didn't take it out. Nice depth perception. Got to check the prescription next week. C.J. Wilson grounded out his first time.
Took that baseball well, attractive.
Yeah. It's a one-hopper past the second baseman and Owings. He's going to try to go to second for whatever reason, and he is out.
And hopefully he's okay. A head first dive as a pitcher. Hopefully you're okay. Never a good idea as anybody, but especially a pitcher, a head first dive. Tag applied.
Pitches on. Nice piece of hitting for the single, but you got to go slam on the brakes there at first base.
Especially you don't ever want to do a head first slide as a pitcher, jam your shoulder or finger when you're going for the base. Just be satisfied with the base hit. He's looking for that double.
Yeah.
He's talked about his good swing and tracking the baseball.
Yeah. Doug Eddings ringing him up. It's almost a dangerous face plant fiesta there for CJ. It's a couple of warm-up pitches in. We got the clock between innings, and he took a while to come out there.
And that's a dangerous slide.
Yeah.
Hopefully CJ's okay.
Goes as a single for Wilson, of course. His second hit of the year. He'll face 5, 6, and 7 here. Owings, Saltalamacchia, and Peralta. See if there's any lingering after effects.
It's a big inning for him here now. Not be surprised if Owens is aggressive on the first pitch against him, anticipating a pitch over the middle.
Got an off-speed pitch for strike one. Owens a strikeout victim in the second. Oh, 2. And that is foul tipped into the mitt. One down. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Strikeout number 5 for Wilson. And up steps Jared Saltalamacchia.
So far, so good. Good, crisp breaking ball there from CJ.
Good tempo. Houston, by the way, is taking the lead on Colorado 5-3. The game is now in the top of the 5th inning.
Well, they can hit some home runs.
Yeah.
And that's a good place to hit a home run. Colorado.
Philadelphia won a game.
2-1 over Baltimore. This one popped up behind the plate. For the on-deck circle is Carlos Perez. Rather nonchalant. 2 down. Brings up Peralta. Hey folks, come celebrate Christmas in June with us, why don't you? The Angels will take on the Seattle Mariners on June 26th at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive an Angels ornament courtesy of Longevity. Get your tickets at the stadium box office or online.
Why don't you come dressed as Cousin Eddie from Christmas Vacation?
Oh yeah. I can't say my favorite line from Cousin Eddie.
Probably not.
Get in a lot of trouble. Right, have to write a big check. But a great line.
It is.
Peralta, the left fielder, grounded out. David Freese in the second.
Get that nice leisure suit working, that light blue leisure suit. That'd be good for you.
I grew up with the leisure suits as Peralta rips one out to right field. Cole playing deep. Plays the carom. Unfortunately, it checks up after it hits the fence. So no play at second. So it's a double with 2 outs here for Peralta. 12th double of the year.
This time got a fastball down the heart of the plate. And Peralta has struggled against left-handed pitching this season. This 125.
It's interesting to see. A lot of times you see the pitcher that becomes, or pardon me, the position player that becomes a pitcher because they struggle on the offensive side. Peralta is the reverse. You don't see that too often where you go from pitching to a position player.
No. Must obviously tells you that always could swing the bat and run well, do the other things well.
That is line to the alley in left center field. So back-to-back extra base hits here for the Diamondbacks, and they will get on the board. Nick Ahmed with his second hit of the ball game. The Angels' lead is now 2-1.
Couple of 2-out doubles against CJ. That's when it comes into play in National League games, and you get to face the pitcher here with some momentum going. Back-to-back doubles. And this is a fastball right down the heart of the plate. A mistake pitch for CJ, especially knowing with 2 outs you have the pitcher coming up next. You want to expand the zone. You can see the frustration as soon as CJ threw that ball. He knows the circumstance. You have the pitcher coming up next.
Webster, a strikeout victim in the third. A few times we've seen CJ really slow things up for that breaking ball.
And he has a good one. Both the slider and curveball. Doesn't need to.
Good break on it today, too. On the outside corner. 1-2. Webster, a swing and a miss. So the beauty of the pitcher batting in the ninth spot there. The Diamondbacks get on the board. We'll head to the sixth. The Angels lead it 2-1.
Montgomery, Taylor Featherston going yard, his first career home run for Taylor in the third. Then Johnny Giavotella jumping on a hanging slider first pitch. It's a home run solo shot himself in the same inning. So 2 home runs by the middle infielders, giving the Halos a 2-0 lead, eventually 2-1 lead here as we get into the 6th inning. Look at all time as far as this 4th time in Angel history. Home run has been hit by second baseman and shortstop in the same inning. Most recently by Howie Kendrick, Meister Restores, Bobby Grich, and my good friend Jim Anderson did in '79.
Halos will have the top of the order here in the 6th inning. Giavotella, Calhoun, and Trout. Eric Ibar getting the afternoon off. It's been a struggle for Eric over the last 13 games. He's hit just 134, 7 for 55.
Yeah, you never want to see Eric get the day off, but I think Mike Scioscia did the right thing here. Just let him clear his mind. He wants to play every day, no matter what.
Yeah. And that is right after, on the heels, I should say, of his 10-game hitting streak. Giavotella rips the first pitch out the left. It's a leadoff single.
He's definitely listening on the pregame show about jumping on that first pitch. Major League average on first pitch swinging this year, 337 coming into the games today. The Angels at 317 when they swing at that first pitch.
I mean, it goes to your point about all the numbers and the statistics that are out there as far as, let's say, on the defensive side, they shift from a 2-0 count to a 2-1 count, right? All that information is out there, readily available for pitchers that are notorious for throwing X pitch, first pitch, pretty much for every batter. I mean, so you can get into patterns for pitchers. Why not take advantage of it as a hitter? And I know some guys, Trout, Pujols specifically, notoriously like taking that first pitch. And that's fine. I mean, that's, if you feel comfortable enough to hit behind in the count, let's say, you can do that. But if you're not that type of guy and you're getting a first pitch fastball, it might be the best pitch you're going to get in the whole at bat.
Exactly. Most pitchers will throw a fastball first pitch, and if they throw a breakable, it's their get over breakable, which is more hittable as compared to being behind in the count as a hitter, and you have to face the nasty wipeout slider or a big 12-6 break on a curveball,
right,
or a nasty changeup or split.
And now let's see if the Angels force the issue here with Saltalamacchia behind the plate.
Chip Hale is certainly thinking that's going to be the case. Mike Scioscia is going to put some sort of hit and run on here, some movement.
And Cole rips one down the right field line and hooks foul.
And he's swinging hard first pitch, and you can see the good contact on that first pitch.
Cole twice has walked in this ball game. Trout on deck, Pujols to follow. The Angels 2 runs in the 3rd inning, solo home runs. Featherston his first big league home run. Giavotella with his 3rd of the season. And then Arizona getting on the board with back-to-back doubles with 2 outs in the 5th. Oh, 2. Foul at the plate. They had gotten Cole's ankle.
Well, real important to score some runs this inning. The top of the order for the Diamondbacks coming up in the bottom half of the inning. Another close game in this ballpark against these two teams. Battling some tough games. 2 at home at the Big A and 2 here in Arizona.
Reaches for a pitch, goes down swinging for out number 1.
because he's ahead of the count and can afford to throw this little two-seamer that has lateral movement really on it as compared to sink action. Good late action, though, for his fastball at 92. See if Trout jumps on the first pitch this time. He has been patient. See if he can get a fastball here.
Might go for two with a double play ball and a punch out. He went after the slider.
I like the fact that he was looking to go and attack that first pitch. Just pulled off it.
And that is out to the alley in right center field. That will split the outfielders and go to the wall. Giavitella on his horse being waved in by DiSarcina. Trout keeps running. He's trying to get a triple out of it, and he does.
Good slide.
3-1 Angels.
Great slide by Trout. It's a pretty good throw in from the outfield, but his slide to the inside part of the base allows him to get a triple.
First triple of the year. Sorry, Gooby.
Yeah, sorry, Vic. I thought they had a shot at him. Got it in there quickly, but it was the slide by Trout and the relay and the firm throw to third, but a little bit up the line, and then the inside part of the base, dives and able to hold on to that base with his right hand. And that's knowing exactly what part of the base you're going to slide to.
Tell you something, that's a pretty good throw by the second baseman, Chris Owings.
Yes, right on the money. Just a little bit up the line. But going for the right part of the base for Trout to be successful to get in there.
And they tried to go away with the hard stuff. Trout looking away, picks up his first triple. Notches his 40th run batted in. Now we'll get intentionally walked here.
Well, how it's changed. You remember one not long ago, the clubs were essentially walking Trout to get to Albert, but Albert's so locked in for a long period of time now.
It's his third intentional walk of the season. Here comes Harkey. Webster at 73 pitches has 4 strikeouts and 4 walks. Angels get that run back to CJ. Gave up in the 5th. Josh Colmenter getting ready.
Another former starter down in their bullpen.
Yeah.
Saw that with Hudson yesterday. And that conversation is all about getting a ground ball, especially sinker ball pitcher in Webster. And also now if you're Freeze, that first pitch, it's around belt high, thigh high, you jump on it. If it's at the knees, you let it go. But be aggressive. If you get a fastball you can hit deep in the air right here for Freeze, you got to go after it.
Down low, blocked by Saltalamacchia. Freeze 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Two balls and no strikes.
It's the exact pattern he went after Freeze last time. First pitch away, second pitch up and in fastball.
Webster trying to induce his 3rd double play of the game. Got Trout to hit a double play to end the 1st, Navarro to end the 2nd. 2-0. 3 balls and no strikes. Navarro on deck.
Still green light and David Freeze right here is enough. Mike Scioscia has enough trust in his zone coverage, knowing what pitch to go after and what not to go after.
And he takes ball 4. That's the 5th walk issued by Webster, and that is going to be it for the right-hander, Chip Hale. Making the call to the bullpen, a pitching change. The Angels have the bases loaded here in the 6th inning, leading at 3-1.
Loaded 1 out in the 6th. Let's take a look at Mike Trout. That speed out of the batter's box. A perfect swing on a fastball down. He's tracking that baseball in the gap in right center field. He's able to pick up Gary DiSarcina at third base, turn on the afterburner, and a perfect slide going to the inside part of the base to be able to avoid the tag by Aaron Hill at third base. First triple of the season for Mike Trout.
Turning it out, who's in, who is out. Webster is done. Josh Colmenter comes into the ball game. Colmenter on the season 3-6, 12 starts, a 5.24 ERA, 68 2/3 innings, 85 hits, 33 strikeouts, and 10 walks.
And not an overpowering fastball for Colmenter. 83-88 curveball and a very good changeup, like we've seen from a number of the right-handed pitchers from this D-back staff. Good changeups.
First one off speed down low. Navarro 0 for 2, a double play ball in the second, a ground out to Goldschmidt in the 4th. Colmenter, 15th round pick in 07 by Arizona at a Central Michigan University. Grew up in Homer, Michigan. (1-0). 1 ball, 1 strike. An unusual throwing motion for Colmenter, who grew up with his brothers throwing hatchets at tree stumps. Had to pass the time somehow. He's not sure if that's what led to his unusual release point.
Straight over the top.
Straight over the top.
Well, the old Iron Mike throw.
Yeah.
The pitching machine.
It is deceiving, that's for sure. That's a one-hopper past the second baseman Owings. Trout will score. Pujols is being waved in to throw from Tomas to the plate. It is not a time. 2 RBI single for Efrain Navarro, and the Angels open it up here in the 6th inning. It's 5-1.
And after back-to-back changeups, an 86-mile-an-hour fastball plays into the swing from Efrain Navarro. Kept his hand back in there good. His hands inside. And drove that ball by Owings into right field for a 2 RBI single for Efrain.
RBIs 2 and 3 for Navarro. Freese ends up at third base. Carlos Perez's turn at the plate now.
Got to keep adding on here, separating yourself from this very dangerous lineup for Arizona.
Carlos 0 for 2. Fly ball to center and a ground ball to third. And he will take down and in. Colmenter, kind of a breakthrough story for the 2011 Diamondbacks that won the West. 3.38 ERA, 31 games, 24 starts for him. Good numbers last year. A 3.46 ERA, an 11-game winner. Navarro was going on the pitch, and a little hit and run action.
Especially with a guy that's not overpowering. You can put the ball in play. Change ups, a lot of change up, fastballs down. Going into potential inning double play.
3 runs in here in the 6th inning. 5-1 Angels.
Certainly another count, and you can do it again.
Freezes Webster's base runner over at third base. Navarro takes off again, and that is ripped to left field. Peralta's not going to get this one, and it'll go all the way to the wall. Effort on the move, being waved in. He will come in to score. It's a 2 RBI double for Carlos Perez. 7-1 Halos.
That's a hit and a lot of run for the Halos. Perez, his 4th double. Now 12th RBI on the season. That's 6th inning. The Angels put up some big numbers in the 6th and 7th inning over the last couple of weeks. And because you're thinking in terms of making contact with the hit and run on, you're just trying to square the baseball, put it in play. And Perez crushes that right down in the corner in left field for a 2-run double.
Still 1 out, and Taylor Featherston up. Featherston 1 for 2 with a home run in the 3rd. Popped out his last time up. The book closed on Alan Webster. 6 runs all earned in 5 1/3.
Well, it's good to see some smiles and some laughs in that dugout.
Two balls and no strikes. Back in the 3rd. Featherston did this, his first of his major league career.
And the cold shoulder treatment when he got into that dugout.
Three balls and no strikes. Trout's triple got it going. Gianvitello led off the inning with a single, but then Cole struck out. Tight ball game. Webster made a mistake to Trout, made him pay for it. Intentional walk to Pujols, a walk to Freeze. Webster was done.
Trout and Ibar having some fun. What a perfect slide though for Trout on that triple to be able to get that inside part of the base to avoid a tag. Featherston was looking for his 2nd career home run.
And why not? Up
3-1
by 6.
count. Yeah. 3-1 count.
Back-legged.
Knowing you have a fantastic athlete, the pitcher on deck.
Yeah, we will revisit that with the play at second base that ended the 5th inning.
Aggression.
Fouled off. Count remains full.
I think you're finally going to have to agree with me now, then. Pitchers.
Stop. Tap the brakes.
400 batting average for C.J. Wilson this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not a small sample size or anything.
No.
Called strike 3. Got him on an off-speed pitch. 2 outs. And we'll bring up Wilson. TJ got the base hit, tried to stretch it into a double, and couldn't quite get there.
Effort was there, though.
Yeah.
Doug Eddings is going, you're a pitcher, right? Diving head first.
It looked like CJ for a second before he got up, had to think. Man, I gotta walk back to. I gotta walk back to the dugout, don't I?
He was trying to go yard there.
He could have done this, as an athlete would.
But then you get tagged in the face. No, he was avoiding the hard tag.
You think Trout felt that?
No, he doesn't. Pretty sure he doesn't feel anything.
No. No balls and 2 strikes. I do believe that if CJ gets a hold of one, he will bat flip it.
In batting practice the other day at the Big A, a couple big flies, one 10 rows back.
There's been some unbelievable hitters in batting practice throughout the years.
The old 5:45 hitter, BP time.
Yep. Might be a good matchup here with Colementor. 0-2. Oh, called strike 3. Down it goes. The Angels, however, strike for 5. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. 7-1 Halos.
Halos and C.J. Wilson. 4 or 5 seconds. Good pace throughout this game on the mound for C.J. Wilson. Not wasting time in between pitches. Important. That way he can stay focused on getting those batters out quickly.
Here at the bottom of the 6th inning, he'll face the top of the order. Pollock, Hill, and Goldschmidt. 6 strikeouts for Wilson. No walks. And he's allowed 5 hits. A.J. Pollock 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a double play ball. Takes outside. Angels will head up to the Bay Area after the game tonight to take on the Oakland Athletics for a 3-game series beginning tomorrow. Night game tomorrow, followed by back-to-back day games.
Going to check out the parade tomorrow for the Golden State Warriors up there in Oakland.
I know you're a big Warriors fan. Or your son is. That's
I know.
for sure.
He wants me to get a couple autographs from some of the fellows tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
I said, yeah, good luck.
You got nothing else to do.
No.
Pollock goes down looking for the first out.
That Shoemaker going to be taking on Sonny Gray again. They faced each other the other day at Big A. Weaver and Richards followed up. It's a good pitching matchup on Sunday. Also, Richards versus Scott Kazmir is throwing the ball well again this year. Former Halo.
Aaron Hill, the third baseman, 1 for 2. This is line to left, a base hit. Second hit of the afternoon for Aaron Hill. And we'll bring up Goldschmidt with the man on. CJ's done a nice job against Goldschmidt today. Sorry.
Yeah, and he's Aaron Hill, though, who's now 6 for 11 in his career versus CJ Wilson. Even the one out today was hit well to the outfield, deep in the outfield, right field.
Goldschmidt, a strikeout in the first inning, a fly ball to center in the fourth. This one goes through the wickets and back to the backstop. A wild pitch with advance man to second.
$75 pitches thrown for CJ. Very economical, except for the second inning, which he threw 19. Very solid for CJ at this point.
Foul back.
What does he have coverage on the outer half of the plate? That's a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Upper part of the strike zone quadrant, and he still was on that fastball.
Three balls and one strike. Tomas on deck.
A little cut fastball in on a 3-1 count. Now you can throw a slider down and in. Change up, you got to be careful with against Goldschmidt away. You got to make sure if you do throw, it's got to be down and away.
Native of the Woodlands, Texas, suburb of Houston. 8th round pick. What a player he's turned out to be as he goes down swinging on the off-speed pitch, 2 down.
And it's a great sequence by CJ. After that cut fastball, in goes breaking ball, down and in. Stayed on top of that well. The rotation, the seams of the baseball, and that curveball down and in.
Another nasty one down.
He's got a great feel for that pitch today. And continues to throw the ball well in interleg play.
Check swing. Didn't go. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tomas with the double in the second. Grounded into a double play in the 4th inning. 7 runs, 7 hits, 2 men left on for the Angels. 1 run, 6 hits, 2 men left on for Arizona. A tight game until the top of this inning. Halos batting around, scoring 5 times. One and 2.
Got to take another shot at another breaking pitch down and in. He doubled on a breaking ball that got the plate on the inner half. Now he's shown that he will chase something out of the strike zone. two shots as far as a break a ball down and in, or even a changeup down and away.
Or the fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Sometimes you overthink on the mound as a pitcher. You see a hitter swinging aggressively at a break a ball out of the zone. He's not going to hit it. If he does, he's going to pull a foul.
This one's out toward right field, not very deep. Cole comes racing in. He'll make the running catch. And it's the 3rd out of the inning. 6 complete here at Chase Field. 7-1 Angels. Mercury Insurance, on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast, free quote and see how much you could save. And by Hyundai. Great deals on amazing cars are going on now at your Hyundai dealer. Visit buyhyundai.com today. Welcome back out to the Valley of the Sun. Don't mind me, I'm just looking for my golf ball.
I was going to say, that's my normal spot out here when I played.
Excuse me, sir, have you seen my ball? 7-1 loser in the 7th. Top of the order, Giavotella, Calhoun, and Trout face Josh Coleman. And the first one's down low.
I had my designated club for all the golf balls I would hit in that area.
Yeah.
My 8-iron. By the time I was done playing a round,
yeah,
and you couldn't see the 8 anymore.
Really?
No, it was done. Yeah, just rip it apart.
Unplayable lie.
As usual.
Man. Always try to avoid the water. As well as that rough. Sometimes like an Easter basket. Tomas said, did he hang on to it?
No, it looks like it popped out of his glove.
Yeah. Bill Miller with the call.
Good effort. Reaches up.
Oh.
Doing his best, Jose Canseco, although that went over the fence for a home run. This is just a foul ball.
Yeah. Well, that and Tomas actually used his glove.
Not his head?
Not his head.
Who was that, in Cleveland?
In Cleveland.
Old stadium.
Good old Canseco'd. Hate it when that happens.
That's one of those all-time highlights.
Did he not claim, like immediately after the game, that the ball did not hit his head?
Hey, how about being a pitcher? You give up a home run on a routine fly ball.
Tomas, watch this one land in the seats. Old Cleveland Stadium. A steak by the lake.
A lot of people used to go to those games.
Or the ocean, as Oil Can Boyd once exclaimed. It's what they get for building it next to an ocean.
Yep.
It is a large body of water.
It is.
Full count.
Like every game in there, even if it wasn't raining, they would bring the tarp out. They would say it's raining at the airport. So we're like, okay, but it's not raining here at the ballpark yet. Well, just wait. It'll be there soon, and it would be there soon. But you could have got another inning in.
Givattel lifts this one out to center. One down. And this season, the Angels want to give fans exclusive experiences at Angels Stadium. All Access Angels gives fans a chance to bid on great experiences like Steel Third, Honorary Bat Kid, and dining with the general manager. For more info to bid on these experiences, visit angels.com/access. Cole Calhoun in the seats.
Yes, it is.
There's Cole right now, the plate. He's everywhere.
How'd that happen?
Cole, 2 walks and a strikeout, is 0 for 1. Wasn't Cleveland Municipal the sign of the 10-cent beer night, right? Wasn't that
yes.
where they had against the Texas Rangers, right?
Yeah, there were some interesting things happening.
And there was like that game eventually got forfeited, right?
Yes.
Was there a fight on the field?
Yes.
Stands, folks from the stands came down to the field.
I remember being in there one time on the 4th of July. They had 76,000 people at the game. Usually there would be about 76 people at the game. That game had 76,000.
I don't know about you, but as a consumer, if I saw a 10-cent beer night, I'd buy a ticket.
Yeah.
(3-1). Check swing foul. It would have been ball 4.
Did Barker throw a perfect game there?
I believe you're right. He might have been wearing the old blood clot uniforms there.
Yes.
The all red.
I think you're right.
And Barker. Dave Steve lost a no-hitter there.
Yeah. On a routine ground ball.
Yeah.
It hit a rock. Was that Julio Franco had hit it?
That sounds right. This one hit to second. Owings has it go off his chest. It regroups, throws out Cole for the second out.
That's still one of the most amazing things in baseball. Dave Steve had back-to-back starts, no hitters, 2 outs in the 9th, and gave it up both times. One on a routine ground ball. It hit a rock.
That 10-cent beer night, by the way, June 4th, 1974, was against Texas.
Good memory.
No. Not me. Guys in the truck.
Good memory in the truck.
Well, I remember that there was 10-cent beer night, that's for sure. Just the date. Since I was only 5 at the time.
In 1974? 5 years old?
Yeah.
I was 2.
6. Probably 06. You were 2. Yeah. Trout with a 1-2 count. Tripled homer run and scored in the 6th inning. Billy Martin, by the way, was the manager of the Rangers at the time. This is down and in.
Had many a conversation with Billy Martin, especially when he was the manager of the Yankees.
Yeah.
Talk about an intense human being he was.
This fouled off to the right. Talk about an immense love for the game of baseball.
Yes, no question.
The time he was a child in Berkeley, California is where he grew up. That's all he wanted to do is play baseball.
Two great Yankees from generally that area. Didn't Joe DiMaggio come from the San Francisco area
Yeah.
himself?
And the story goes that Joe D was not the most approachable. Trout takes upstairs for ball 3. And Billy, when he first got to the Yankees, he was always very outgoing. Went right up to Joe, struck up a conversation. Everyone was stunned. They became very good friends as Trout rips one out to left field. They go to the wall. Peralta plays it and brings it in toward third. It's a double for Trout, so 2 extra base hits for Mike. That's his 15th double of the season.
Speaking of stun, that baseball was stunned after that swing from Trout. Back-to-back extra base hits for Trout. Straight over the top. Fastball. Gets his hands inside the baseball and gets the barrel of the bat out quickly on that short, compact swing. And the sound and a rocket for a double. Now, if that gets around that corner a little bit, that would have been real interesting. It's not an easy field to play as an outfielder here.
Another intentional walk here to Pujols, second of the ball game. Yeah, a couple of nooks and crannies there from the foul line. The bullpens are in both corners. A couple of odd angles, especially in left.
A few of them in right field, very difficult. That's why you see some extra base hits, potential triples here.
It'll bring up Freeze with runners at first and second and 2 outs. David is 0 for 1. He struck out in the 4th inning. He's picked up 2 walks himself.
And Trout has been getting that extra base hit work in the last 24 games. 16 extra base hits for Trout.
Off speed upstairs. Coleman took over in the 6th inning for Alan Webster, who lasted 5 1/3, giving up 6 of the 7 runs. That is out towards center. Pollock is there. Halos will leave 2 men on. 7th inning stretch time here at Phoenix. Angels leading this one 7-1. Final 5-3 in the 7th. Philadelphia beat Baltimore 2-1. Minnesota, same score over the Cardinals 2-1. San Diego now leading Oakland 3-1. That game is in the top of the 8th inning.
Talk about Houston. They have 97 home runs as a club coming into the game today, which is tops in the American League. They will swing and miss.
Yes, they will.
They would a home run.
Owing Saltalamacchia and Peralta for Arizona here in the 7th. C.J. Wilson goes through his 85th pitch. Owing's a second baseman, has punched down twice.
sure as much as the bullpen has been worked, and so she would love to see CJ getting cruise control here and finish this one up.
This one out toward right. One down. And it'll bring up Jared Salt to the Saltalamacchia. Everything else later: San Francisco and Seattle, Tampa Bay and Washington, Boston and Atlanta. Boston, by the way, will not play Pablo Sandoval today because he apparently liked a picture on Instagram during the game yesterday. So he might get in trouble by Major League Baseball. This was fouled back because I think that's a violation of social media policy for MLB.
It's been a tough go for him there.
Yeah. So we've, I guess in Boston, they've graduated from chicken and beers to liking Instagram photos during the game. Detroit at Cincinnati. Texas against the Dodgers. Texas played the Dodgers well. Kershaw, yes, he got roughed up. How about that bomb Joey Gallo hit?
No, that thing went way out. Dodger Stadium's not known for a park that the baseball carries extremely well, unless you're Stanton hitting it out of completely out of the stadium. Yeah, speaking of power, Gallo, he has some unbelievable power.
Yeah.
Now you got a swing and miss in it too in this swing. When he connects, it's going a long way.
Peralta 1 for 2 as he doubled and scored in the 5th. Ground ball through the right side, a base hit. So Peralta with a 2-hit game.
And coming in the game, lefty's only hitting 187 against CJ. Yet Peralta has 2 hits. And he doesn't necessarily have good swings consistently against left-handed pitching.
Nick Ahmed 2 for 2. Shortstop with a single and an RBI double. And he pulls this one to left. Here comes Navarro, puts it away, and the 7th is in the books. We'll head to the 8th. Angels in control.
Into the 8th inning. I'm Alex Curry, and make sure you stick around after the game with Jose Mota and myself for Angels Live. We'll take a look back at this 4-game series for the Angels in 2 different cities. It's been a good day for CJ Wilson, but also a fun homecoming for Cole Calhoun, who grew up here in Arizona, coming to D-back games. He had 40 family members here yesterday to watch him make his pro debut here in the field. So said it's a surreal moment coming and playing here.
Thanks a lot, Alex. Product of Buckeye High School and Buckeye, Arizona, and Arizona State.
The Arizona State.
I think it was just happened to be in the heat.
And there's no question. He had a big smile when we saw him yesterday.
Colbeds are back out of the mound. Navarro, Perez, and Featherston here in the 8th inning. Efren lifts this one on the right side of the infield. Towering pop-up. Owens puts it away for the first down. Efren a 1-for-4 game. Had an RBI, 2 RBIs single, pardon me, in the 6th inning. Also scored a run.
Catcher, Carlos Perez.
We'll bring up Carlos Perez.
Executed a hit and run perfectly. Doubles down the left field line, drove in 2 runs. Last at bat.
Perez lifts one out to left. Peralta puts it away. 2 outs. Carlos, a 1-for-4 game. 2 RBI doubled in this 6th inning. His 4th double. And with 12 RBIs. And now Taylor Featherston at the plate. 1-for-3 with his first major league home run to 3rd. Popped down in the 5th. Struck out looking in the 6th. Angels in the Bay Area tomorrow take on Oakland. Remember, that's a 6:35 start at the O.Co Coliseum. Angels live will kick things off at 6. Matt Shoemaker and Sonny Gray. They jump on that first pitch fastball.
No question. Well, we talked about it in the opening today in our second segment of our opening about the need for other guys in the lineup to do their job today, and it certainly has been the case. Trout and Poles, so you can count on them. You get Featherston with a home run, Johnny Giavitello with a home run and a single, Carlos Perez with a 2-run double, so you have balance. Navarro with the same.
Featherston gives this one a ride out to center field. Pollock still racing back there, and he will make the catch on the track. Taylor's feeling pretty good about himself right now.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, why not? We'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Angels maintaining their 7-1 lead. Fielder for the Halos. Daniel Robertson takes over for Efren Navarro. C.J. Wilson back out on the mound, facing a pinch hitter in the 9th spot. This is the old pitcher spot. Cliff Pennington will bat. He'll be followed by A.J. Pollock and then Aaron Hill. First one's in there for a strike.
Pennington 6 for 26 in his career versus CJ.
It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I believe that CJ has a clean inning here, and Mike Scioscia is going to give him the opportunity to finish it off.
Inside. 2-2 now. 8 strikeouts. Big number, no walks. 7 hits allowed for CJ. Breaking ball, and that's ripped to left. Lead off single.
Right pitch, this wrong location for CJ. Good breaking ball, but it got a little bit too much to the plate.
Center field.
He wanted that down and in and off the plate. Caught the head of the bat on. If he's able to bounce that, he's going to get a swing and miss, especially that one that goes to the back foot of a right-handed batter.
Pollock 0 for 3. A couple of strikeouts and a double play ball.
He's going to go to changeup.
Caught the inside corner.
He's been throwing that for strikes a lot this season. It's been an effective pitch for him.
Two balls and 1 strike. Some movement in the Angels pen. Nobody loosening as of yet.
And that looks like a little bit more movement going down there.
He'll chop it to short. Feathers it. Feeds Giavatello. The relay back to first, not in time. Pollock with good speed. They get the lead runner, though, for the first down. And it'll bring up the third baseman, Hill.
Play good feed. Pollock running is going to be very difficult to turn to. And an all important first out here in the 8th inning. Gets away. That's a base runner.
Joe Smith starting to play catch. Second wild pitch of the game for CJ. Evens up the count. Down and in. Goldschmidt on deck.
105 pitches. For the most part, though, very economical, especially in the 7th when you went through 8. First inning, 9 pitches. helped out by some double play balls today. A couple of them.
Evens up the count at 2-2.
He's pitched inside very effectively, both with his fastball, his cut fastball, and slider and curveball.
And you've got a lineup that has faced and done well against left-handed pitching this year. It's what you have to do. You've got to neutralize it somehow. Helps out that he's had a terrific breaking ball down and in, and the changeup as well. Full count.
If Hill gets on here, Mike Scioscia may indeed think about going to the bullpen with Goldschmidt coming up next.
Ground ball to third, backhanded by Freese. 2 down.
Oh, was hit hard again by Hill. It's played by Freese on the backhand.
First baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
Again, gathers himself. Strong throw to get Hill. First base. Some solid defense today.
Goldschmidt 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts and a fly ball to deep center.
Again, fastballs in against Goldschmidt. That one at 91, still good velocity. Even at 190 pitches thrown for C.J. Wilson.
Two-one count. Pollock at second base. Eighth inning started with the possibility of CJ going for a CG or complete game. I'd imagine that has now gone away at 111 pitches. Pulled foul. Pitcher spot due up to lead off the ninth. Two now. Goldschmidt fouls it back. Waited as long as he could on that off-speed pitch.
You wonder right now if he can't throw that 91-mile-an-hour fastball in the inside corner to finish off this inning.
Breaking ball outside, full count. Could potentially be his last batter.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. Pitch count getting up there. A pretty good lead. You don't want to tax yourself and then all of a sudden you alter your mechanics and carry that into your next game. He's throwing the ball well now, back-to-back starts.
Swing and a miss. Got him on a breaking ball down and in. It's the third out here in the eighth. We'll head to the ninth. 7-1 Angels. Was on top. Terrific outing for C.J. Wilson.
Those high fives going in the dugout. Very good pitch to Goldschmidt to finish off his impressive outing. That's back-to-back solid efforts for C.J. Wilson. It's 1 earned run, 15 innings pitched, getting back on the roll after that tough outing in New York.
New pitcher on for the Arizona Diamondbacks. David Hernandez takes over for Josh Coleman, who went 2 2/3, gave up a run on 3 hits. Third time the Angels have faced Hernandez. And Kyle Kubica to lead things off here. Pitch hitting in the pitcher spot. Kubica, Giavotella, and Calhoun. Kyle pitched it last night in the 9th inning. 0 for 1 with a double play ball. Last played on Tuesday, getting to start at third. Went 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. Let's see him back at third base tomorrow. Sonny Gray on the mound. 3 balls and no strikes. Houston still leading Colorado 5-3 in the 8th, so a must win for the Angels to keep pace. The start of the day started 5.5 back. Division leading Astros, 3rd place in the West. Nice catch by a young fan. Third base shot. Texas 2.5 back of the Astros at 36-30. Houston's won 4 in a row, looking to make it 5 in a row. The Rangers have won 3 in a row, all 3 against the Dodgers.
And all relatively close, low-scoring games.
There's ball 4. So leadoff walk puts a man on here to start the 9th.
Now it's time for In the Driver's Seat, brought to you by Kia. Taylor Featherston and Johnny Giavotella. Home runs in the 3rd inning. First career home run for Featherston. 5 runs in the 6th inning. Trout with a big RBI hit. Navarro with a 2 RBI hit and the 2 RBI hit and run double by Carlos Perez. That balance in the lineup. But congratulations once again to Taylor Featherston. First big league home run.
Two for 4 today. A home run and a single, 2 runs scored. Ground ball toward the hole. The man gets to it quickly. The only out they get is Kubica at second. Fielder's choice. Man on, 1 out. Cole Calhoun up. Cole 0 for 2 with a couple of walks, a punch out, and a ground ball to second. Both teams with 8 hits. Halos today 2 for 5 with men in scoring position. They're going 0 for 9 last night. Team batting average in that situation now at 244 for the Halos.
It was one of those tough games last night, considering it's 2nd and 3rd. Top of your order up. Chance to at the very least tie the game and not score.
Cole. Skies one on the infield. Long run in for Aaron Hill, the third baseman. Giavotella thought there were 2 outs. He's going to get doubled up at first base. That'll do it for the Angels here in the ninth. Johnny was almost to third base. We head to the bottom of the ninth inning. 7-1 Angels. Seven to 1, and Mike Scioscia hands the ball off to Jose Alvarez. Takes over with C.J. Wilson. 23rd game, 1-1 record, a 3.38 ERA.
An opportunity to work on some pitches, make sure he gets some quick 1, 2, 3 innings, save that bullpen. Especially going up there to Oakland, face a very tough pitcher tomorrow night in Sonny Gray.
Jose Alvarez here in the ninth inning will be facing Tomas Owings Saltalamacchia. The Angels at the top of the ninth inning into technically their third double play of the game. And, unfortunate for Johnny Giavotella because Mike Trout had an opportunity to come up one more time,
especially after a triple and a double.
Yeah.
First baseman, Gaspar Tomas.
Tomas, a ground ball towards short. Featherston bobbles it. It'll be a tough play. Either way, we'll see how they rule that one. Tomas with decent speed, hustling down the line.
He gets down the line pretty good.
Second baseman, Chris Wade.
With that heel of the glove as he tried to put himself in position to get a good throw across the diamond, ends up committing an error.
Second for Featherston. Chris Owings 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts and a fly ball to right. Foul tip, hung on to by Perez, and there's the first out of the ninth.
Breaking ball down and in. C.J. Wilson very effective as far as that. Off speed down and in against the right-handed batters.
0-1 on Jared Saltalamacchia. 0 for 3. Orioles looking to lock up their 34th win. Go back up a game over 500. It's kind of been a seesaw for them. Win a couple, lose a couple. Just remaining in that 500 area. Same goes for Chip Hale and his Arizona Diamondbacks. They came into today looking to get to 500. Would have been their first time since April. But overall, when you look at both teams, you know, you're still in play. Angels 5.5 back, Diamondbacks 4.5 back.
A lot of parity in baseball right now. There's really, when you look at teams, complete teams, not many that have everything working for them.
Down goes Saltalamacchia for round number 2.
Teams that have pitched well haven't necessarily hit well. Teams that have hit well, same thing with pitching, or haven't fielded the baseball well.
Yeah. Or bullpen issues. A little bit of everything, that's for sure.
Or injuries. A lot of teams, the teams that expected to play extremely well, have been hit by the injury bug. Teams like the Nationals over in the National League East.
This is the 8th opportunity for the Diamondbacks to get back to 500.
So you keep swimming upstream and you can't quite get there.
Yeah.
You definitely could swing the bat.
Ground ball towards second base. Giavotella has it. Light that baby up as they force out the base runner at second. The Angels win this one by the final of 7-1. With 2 Angels home runs hit in today's game, a total of $25,000 was raised for prostate cancer research. To make a donation, you can go online to homerunchallenge.org.
What a great job, and congratulations to Taylor Featherston for his first career Major League home run. Johnny Giavotella, a home run, big game for him. Mike Trout, a couple extra base hits. Carlos Perez, a big 2-out, 2-run double. Efrain Navarro, the same thing, big hit. They're playing well when you have that continuity in the lineup. Mike Scioscia's been wanting that for a long time. This team can put it together. That's what you had in a great start from C.J. Wilson.
C.J. picks up his 5th one of the season. He's an even 500 at 5-5. A terrific outing for him with 9 strikeouts, 8 hits, and no walks. Alan Webster takes the loss. He goes to 1-1, his second start at the Major League level this year. No save today. But overall, it was the 6th inning. Angels sending 9 men to the plate, getting 5 runs on 4 hits. And what was a tight ball game at that point, a 2-1 game. The Angels opening it up to 7-1. They would make that one stand up. Halos overall with 8 hits. Mentioned the home runs, Giavotella and Featherston. Giavotella with a couple of hits at the leadoff spot with Eric Ibar taking the afternoon off. Home run and a single for him as he finished going 2 for 5. And then Efrain Navarro, big 2 RBI single. Carlos Perez with a 2 RBI double. Just some of the hits in that 6th inning for the Angels that gave them their margin of victory. We are ready for our post-game interview. None other than Taylor Featherston. Let's go down to Jose Mota. Jose.
Thanks, Victor. Well, you said at some point you knew it was going to come, so certainly you go into a plan with this ball game, this ballpark, the ball's going to carry. So, did you keep it simple?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm just thankful, you know, stop for the opportunity, and you know, we've been working on some things, looking at some video, and just trusting the process, knowing that it's going to come with the at bats, and you know, been confident all year, and you know, put a good swing on a fastball, and felt comfortable.
Were you surprised at all that you were starting in number 2, that you were starting at shortstop for a guy that does not like to take off days like Eric Ibar?
You know, Eric Ibar is unbelievable. Watching what he does day in and day out, and you know, they gave him a breather today, and I got an opportunity to go and play, and we came out with a W, and that's what's important.
Describe the moment. You make contact, you see the ball flying. What's going through your mind as you connect, you see it fly, and also as you're rounding the bases?
I mean, I know I got it pretty good, but you know, I'm not the type to sit and watch. So I put it down. I was looking for 2, and I guess it kept going. And you know, words can't really explain how I felt. You know, just it's nice to get the first one out of the way, and it's something that I'll remember, you know, forever. So I'm blessed.
Silent treatment, and then I guess you got Johnny Giavotella in trouble. Tell me about that.
They gave me the silent treatment, you know, which I respect. And then you know, G came up and hit one, and they decided to keep it rolling with him. And the offense played really well today, so it's just an all-around team win.
You're no problem. Thank you so much.
Thank
Congratulations.
you very much. Appreciate it.
This kid had 53 extra base hits last season in Double-A. At some point, with 16 home runs last year too, it was going to come. Angels Live, Alex Curry, Jonesby, all presented by SoCal Mazda dealers right after this.